So we're back with another match ramble, and we haven't got a long match ramble today, but we've got quite a short one, but still something I want to talk about, because ironically enough, it's two of my favourite wrestlers ever, and I think that's not insane to say. We've of course got Katsuyori Shibata versus Will Ospreay in New Japan's New Beginning in Osaka in 2017. Now, straight off the bat, this is the earliest era I've seen of Ospreay to date. Ospreay's so green. Well, ironically, he's not green. He's pale as fuck. He's white as fuck. If he was Hogan in the 80s, Hogan would have snorted him. Fuck you, you know what I mean? He's really raw here, and that's what I really like about it. He's so young here. And this is not long before Shibata has the iconic match with Okada. So that's kind of the era we've got with Shibata here. So he's probably in his pomp, if any lack of better term. And what I really enjoy about this match is it really displays, one, the improvement of Ospreay, obviously. Two, just how good Shibata is in his role as just this metric, but also, like, you know, basically the strategic. It's hard to describe how good Shibata is in these circumstances. It feels like it's the Okada match, but in a much more primitive state. And obviously, you know, works more. You know, Okada is obviously a bigger deal than Ospreay at this point. But Shibata's still the vet to both of them. It's so cool. And obviously, I like how different Ospreay is here. I like how Ospreay tries to copy a lot of Shibata moves. And he's a lot more strike heavy. Like, he's a lot more, there's no in between. Like, again, I've said 2024 Ospreay is like mythical. Like, that's insanely good. That's probably the best Ospreay I've ever seen. But I think when you look at him now, he doesn't have, like, besides the hidden blade, there's no real strike. And, like, strike focus anyway. And here there is, but also still coincides with the flippy shit. And I feel like what they really hit home with this match is the risk versus reward of Ospreay's moveset. Of Ospreay can do all this insane athleticism, which is incredible, don't get me wrong, but it's so risky, especially with someone like a Shibata who's feels like a fly trap type of plant, you know, where it lands and it goes bang, you know what I mean? That's what it feels like, and I love it. I love how Shibata is here. Like, he's beating the shit out of Ospreay for a good bit. When Ospreay lands something on him, it really does hurt Shibata, and then because of Ospreay's pace and how, you know, quick and just, you know, athletic he is, he can just do whatever, and, you know, it still works on Shibata, but it's just not going to get him down. There's a point where Will and, like, Shibata's going, like, come on, hit me, and Will's doing them all, and, like, it's not hitting, and he does this one big elbow, and it's a brutal elbow, don't worry, like, a really well done elbow, and Shibata just goes fuck out of here, hits him with one, and, like, he's just on the floor. It was sick. Again, I feel like just a lot of, like, Will clearly does a lot here to imitate Shibata in kind of I'm proving that, like, I don't know what the characterization was with Ospreay here, but he's very much being like a cocky, I'm here now type of thing. Not cocky, but, you know, more like a impatient, you know what I mean? I don't know how to describe him. It's very cool, but very weird. Like, he's obviously still green, still very much a rookie, for lack of a better term, compared to someone like a Shibata. But Shibata's just like, well, he's going to Shibata, I can do what you do now, and look how young I am, that type of thing. And it's really cool. Like, he hits the Shibata pose, like, mid-match, and, like, pissed off, and it's like, oh, fuck, you've really got a chip on your shoulder. And obviously invites Shibata back in. And, like, I like how the kicks are obviously Shibata's main thing. He was a lot of focus onto the leg of Ospreay too, and the arm. He does the Brian thing, what I love, where he does that and stomps it down, you know. And the screams from Ospreay here are brutal. Like, he sounds so young here, obviously, but he still really sells it. It's really good. Again, but the main thing I love is when when Shibata is catching, like, so there's this point where Ospreay does, like, one of the, basically goes for an Os cutter or whatever, like, sort of springboard move early on in the match. And then Shibata gets him in the ankle lock, like a sort of ankle lock, and turns it into a suplex. Fucking nuts, by the way. And then other stuff in the match I like, obviously the aerial stuff. It's mainly the aerial stuff that gets countered, and I really like it. I like how Ospreay gets some brutal licks in, like I said. There's this one where Ospreay does the Shibata, you know, the drop kick, you know, where he gets you in the corner and runs and does the drop kick to you. But Ospreay gets so much air on it, it's nuts. It looks so weird, but so cool. Then, but when Shibata does the impacts, just highlighted to an nth degree, it's really fucking good. Again, Shibata's just entire you know, elbows and kicks as you expect. The PK he does here is fucking nasty. I'll talk about that now because that's sort of the finish. So basically, Shibata gets so Ospreay's got Shibata basically on the ropes. It's after that kick, and then when he does it, Ospreay goes for the Oscutter to basically over the finish. Kind of getting greedy. He didn't need to. The match was won, and that's what I really like about the psychology in this match, which is the best part of the match, bar none. And then Ospreay goes for the Oscutter, and Shibata catches him in a rear naked. And then Ospreay's trying to fight it, and then, you know, Shibata's still getting it. Shibata releases it, grounds him, and then just goes fuck off, hits him with a PK, and then gets the actual pin. There's a bunch of other stuff that I'm not mentioning here. You know, you got Ospreay trying to do the Rainmaker, which was pretty cool. That got counted. There's some brutal knees. Again, the Oscutter. Like, there's a lot of catches. There's such great moments here, and like for a match that's not even 15 minutes, it feels shorter than a G1 match, which is, you know, kind of cool. But it's super interesting. It's more fascinating. Again, I said this briefly then. I think the psychology of this match, how it's put together, how it presents both wrestlers, is just immaculate. It was for the RevPro belt too, which I really thought was cool. I think that's a definite strong point. Again, obviously the athleticism with someone like an Ospreay and the strikiness heavy of Shibata is so cool. Like, you know, he's waiting to get, like, Shibata's just a whole vibe during this era. Again, just before the Okada match. It's just unmatched. I mean, Jesus, I've made it very clear how much I love Shibata. This just, again, just proves why. He's so fucking good. And again, with someone like an Ospreay, I know they run this back on AEW, and I should watch that. I did watch it at the time, obviously, but I should rewatch it again just to take in, because how cool is that? Like, Jesus, like, that's fucking sick as hell. But either way, I just feel like this is the Shibata that I love. Again, is it better than that Ibushi match? No, it's not better than that Ibushi match. That Ibushi match is incredible to me. But it's a real fun watch. It's not like a stellar 10 out of 10 match. No, it's not. But it's a very fun match, and that's what I really enjoy. It's a very, very fun match, and it's very interesting to watch. Like I say, there's respect shown after it. Ospreay and Shibata shake hands, and Ospreay's like kneeling down while Shibata does the pose with the RevPro belt there. That was pretty cool. It's just cool. I feel like that's the exact word I'd use to describe this match. It's cool, and it's interesting too. Like I say, for this era, when you look back on it, when Ospreay's still getting, you know, kind of used to himself, kind of making a name, you know, becoming not just the new Super Junior. He's wearing the Chaos gear. He's in Chaos at this point. And again, even going for the Rainmaker, which is sick as hell. Like, shit like that I like. And it's so weird to see that being Ospreay compared to how he is now. But it's super fucking cool. I do like it. I just think, and again, Shibata just highlights everything for me. I've got bias with the guy. But either way, I just think this is a very, very fun match. It's not like the most electric. It's not the most, like, it's got great athleticism. The pace is great, obviously, from a young Ospreay and Shibata, like it's always going to be. It feels like Ospreay's trying to be a bit more technical, but obviously still trying to work that in. It's just, there's a lot of things when you watch it and you pick up on, and that's what I really enjoy about this. It's like, okay, they're clearly trying to do this, and that's like, and not every single thing's like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. It's not, but it's just really neat to see, like, you know, you kind of, it's such a good match to study and watch just because of, like, you kind of unwrap what they're trying to do in your brain, and I think that's really fun. It's a very fun experience. But either way, Shibata is the fucking man. Will Ospreay, even young, is just so fucking good. And this match is really fun and really cool. It is. Would I sit here and go, you need to watch it? No. But if you love your wrestling, you love your Ospreay or your Shibata or whatever, I really recommend it. I think it's really fun. And it's one of those matches that you just sit back and watch it and have a good time. Short 15 minutes, and it flies. It does fly. It's a fun match. It really is a fun match. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Ospreay and Shibata's match at New Beginning in Osaka in 2017. Let me know what you think of the match if you've ever seen it. And let me know, obviously, what you think of Ospreay, which, you know, everyone loves Will Ospreay. And Shibata, if you don't love Shibata, what's wrong with you? But yeah, really enjoyed this match. Give me matches to suggest. You know the drill.